Hey guys, welcome to the Core Rush channel. We are going in depth in this video into all the new gadgets for the new operators. So Blood Orchid is bringing us 3 new operators, Ella, Ying and Lesion. So let's talk about Ella's gadget first. She has the Grismot mine, which means thunder in Polish. Now it is a concussion mine, but it's not the same effect as Echo's drone and it seems a lot less powerful. And really these mines are best used to set up ambushes, because when these things go off, you know that an enemy is nearby, and they're really good for setting up a really quick attack on that enemy who's then a little bit dazed. And with Ella's weaponry and speed, you can really set up some really good ambushes to take out the bad guys. Now it was reported by a lot of YouTubers that she had 3 of these and then she kept a spare one on her body, but that's not the case. She actually has 4 that she can put out, and then a 5th one on her body which she can detonate once she is in a down state. Now I don't know if the down state is particularly going to be that powerful. Like once you know you've downed Ella, you're probably not going to go close to her, you're probably going to shoot her. So I don't know if that last mine will really be that much of a useful gadget, but certainly in casual it might be very useful. The other great thing about these mines is they can be placed anywhere. So you simply pull the pin out, hold it, and this kind of ice cream top appears, and this just sticks to anything you throw it at. So you can stick it to all kinds of objects in all kinds of different areas. Now of course they're quite visible, but you can easily just hide this in between 2 different things, like put it in a bookcase and no one's going to see it. Now IQ can detect these, Thatcher's EMP will also destroy them, and Twitch's shock drone can also take them out. And you don't want to put these in electrified barbed wire as well. So that's it for Ella's concussion mines. Now let's talk about Lesions Gu Mines. So these things are incredible. First of all, they go completely invisible. Like you cannot actually see them even if you're looking for them. Now IQ can detect them, Twitch can destroy them, but she'd have to see them first in order to do that. And again, Thatcher's EMP will also destroy them, and don't put them near electrified barbed wire as well. Now Lesion only gets 1 of these at the start of the game, and it's on a cooldown, and you'll get another one every 35 seconds, and you can put down a total of 7. And you can hold on to these, you can put these down later in the game, you don't have to put them out straight away. You can hold on to them, maybe wait for the enemy to attack, and then start throwing them out. Now these mines are very powerful. First of all, if you walk over one of these and they go off, it will start damaging you, it will stop you from sprinting, and you'll get kind of a green kind of haze over your screen as well. Now you have 2 choices. You can just take the damage, and that's probably the preferred choice, or what you can do is actually pull the needle out. Now the downside to that is that these actually show up on Legion's HUD, so he actually gets a little icon on the screen and tells him where he put his mine down, but it also tells him when it detonates, because that mine icon will disappear when it detonates. Which means if you go over one, you're taking that icon off the HUD, Lesion will see that, and then he will come to kill you. So you're probably not going to want to actually pull these out unless you feel relatively safe to do it. So these things are bloody powerful. They go completely invisible. They're completely undetectable other than IQ, and they do damage and they stop you sprinting. Now the best thing to do with Lesion is to kill him as quickly as possible. And if you're playing as Lesion, the best thing is to try and stay alive as long as you can, because these mines are very useful for slowing the enemy down, doing a little bit of damage, and they can even kill an enemy if they're low enough on health as well. And that is all the in-depth details you need to know about the Gu mine or Gu mine. Now let's talk about Ying's gadget, and that is the Candela. So this is a sphere or a ball, and it can be deployed different ways. It's very versatile, so it can be used like a grenade, so you can just throw it, or you can actually roll it, or you can place it up against a wall and actually kind of use it like a fuse charge. And this thing fires off 6 flashbangs that can completely blind an entire room of players. It's really, really good. And you can see when Ying actually puts it on the wall, you can clearly see that it is basically a little fuse charge. It actually does have the little kind of chamber for firing the flashbangs into the room, so very much like a fuse charge. And you can actually see the individual flashbangs in the actual sphere itself, which is really cool. Really cool design. Now the range on this thing is surprisingly good. Like, it really throws these things out all over the place. And I got to see this in my gameplay. I got flashed from really far away. Now the great thing is that Ying is actually completely immune to these flashes. So these things go off, she can just immediately be in that room while the thing is actually detonating, which is really good. So she can just be the best rusher ever. And because she's got some great weaponry for doing that, she's going to be incredibly powerful for actually pushing into an objective room. But there's also more versatility to her gadget. First of all, these things can actually be used to completely take out all the Jaegers in a room. So this thing fires off 6 flashbangs. Now, the great thing about Jaeger is he can stop 6 projectiles. So if you manage to let this thing off in a room without it getting destroyed initially by your Jaeger's active defense, all those flashes that come out of it can easily end up taking out most of those Jaeger active defense systems, if not all of them, which is really powerful. Which means she's going to be really good with Fuse, because she can send these flashes into a room, completely disable the active defense systems, and then Fuse can come along and just blow the whole damn room up. So really amazing. But not only that, she can actually deploy this in different ways. So she can throw it, throw it through windows or doors. She can even throw it around corners. But she can also roll it through things like the drone holes. So this is going to be really powerful on some of the maps. Now, her gadget can be defeated by stuff. So Jaeger's active defense can destroy the sphere itself and all the flashes in it in one hit. So you really want to drone first and actually find out where those active defense systems are. You do not want to get this ball blown up, because it is extremely useful, extremely. Now, Ying is immune to the flashes of obviously this device, but everyone else in her team, so our friendlies, can be flashed by it. And also normal flashbangs will also flash Ying as well. Now, another great thing about Ying's Candela is that it can also be adjusted for timing. So it has 3 different settings. The first one, if you just throw it immediately, is the shortest delay to detonation. If you hold down and go for the second option, that is the second longest to delay. And the third option is the longest to detonation. This makes it really good, and you can do this with throwing it, rolling it, or putting it on surfaces to detonate inside. So the amount of options you get with this girl is really damn good. And it means you can obviously roll it way further as well if you're taking the longer detonation. It just turns the whole thing into this really versatile device that you can use to take out active defense systems. You can use it to blind people. You can use it to assault different parts of objectives. You could be outside an objective flashing the enemy through a drone hole while your team attacks from a different vantage point. It's just really, really good. But it does obviously have some problems. It can be taken out by active defense systems. It can also be taken out by Bandit's electric wire. So if he's got some electric wire down and Bandit electrifies it, this thing can get destroyed by it. Now, the other problem is that barbed wire will also slow it down. And the bad thing about this is that the Candela can be shot. So if it's just going slowly through some barbed wire, someone might see it and actually take it out. Whereas if it's moving fast, it's probably going to be pretty hard to shoot, but you can do it. And certainly if you're on defense, you really want to shoot one of these things as soon as you see it, because it's going to be super powerful and you're going to get blinded pretty quickly. Now, the flash itself doesn't actually last that long. It's not as good as our actual normal flashbang. I would say it's maybe half the time, but still, it's enough time to really cause a lot of trouble for a defensive team. And Ying gets 3 of these devices. Well guys, that is my in-depth look at all the operator's gadgets. They actually seem really powerful. To begin with, when I first seen them, I was thinking they seem a bit naff, but I've actually come to really like the idea of these. They seem really, really cool. And I think that they're really going to change up how we play the game again, like every DLC does. So I can't wait to play with these new operators when they come out on September 5th. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.